we move to the billing application. This is the core module where invoices are actually generated. The billing application has a simple, web-based interface where I create billing generations that include the required customers. Each billing generation represents a billing run for a defined period. Here you can see the list of billing generations. Each row represents a billing cycle with its current status and processing stage. The process follows several controlled steps, allowing review and approval before anything is finalized. The typical flow includes start generation, verification, approval, BFS formatting, and apply. During verification, draft invoices and supporting documents are produced so they can be reviewed before final release. Only after approval does the system finalize invoices and prepare them for distribution. Once billing is completed, invoices are created as entities in the system. The bill formatting server generates the final PDF documents and supporting files. These documents are stored and linked directly to invoice records. The system can also generate supporting calculation documents automatically, based on configured rules. After approval, invoices and supporting files can be automatically packaged and distributed. If required, data can also be prepared for export to ERP or accounting systems. On the verification stage, in addition to draft PDF invoices and draft supporting documents, we can also generate verification reports, analytics that help to validate whether the overall calculation looks correct. These reports can be built based on what you want to check. For example, it can be royalty statistics, amounts of bet and win, bonuses, or revenue. It helps to check the dynamics, for example, if royalty for a certain customer suddenly increases dramatically, or becomes unusually low compared to previous periods. If something looks abnormal in the trend, it is a signal to drill down and double-check where the issue comes from. So the purpose of these analytics reports is to quickly confirm that the overall calculation is okay before moving from verification to approval. In addition to royalty and revenue analytics, the system can also generate VAT verification reports. Here you can see an example of a VAT report in Excel format. This report contains detailed VAT-related calculations per customer and per transaction group. For each record, the system compares calculated VAT values with expected totals and provides a validation result. You can see that the report includes a control column indicating whether the calculation result is correct, for example, showing OK when everything matches. If there is any discrepancy, it would be clearly visible here before the billing run is finalized. The purpose of this VAT verification file is to ensure that tax amounts are calculated properly and comply with the configured tax rules before moving from verification to approval. So during the verification stage, we can review royalty analytics, revenue statistics, and also VAT control reports, all before invoices are officially applied. After verification, the system generates the invoice output. Here you can see a draft PDF invoice produced automatically during the billing process. The invoice layout is fully configurable, including branding, logo placement, customer details, references, payment terms, and currency information. The content is grouped according to the configured commercial structure, such as offers or product groups, with totals calculated automatically. Totals can be presented by game type, product category, or any other business dimension defined in configuration. Additional breakdowns, including VAT splits or jurisdiction-specific details, can also be included depending on business requirements. This document represents the final customer-facing output generated from the billing calculation and validation steps. Alongside the PDF invoice, the system automatically generates supporting documents in Excel format. These files provide a detailed breakdown of how invoice amounts were calculated and are used for reconciliation, transparency, and customer validation. The supporting document can include additional reference information used during calculation. For example, it may contain currency or exchange rate information that was applied during billing. These values are included to make the calculation transparent and to show exactly how amounts were converted or aggregated when different currencies are involved. Because the supporting document is configurable, we can add separate tabs or sections to present these reference values clearly for verification purposes. This helps users understand not only the final totals but also the underlying parameters that influence the calculation. After the supporting document, we can go one level deeper and look at the detailed calculation breakdown. This document provides a transparent view of how the final invoice amounts are formed step by step. Here you can see how values are aggregated across contracts or grouped entities before the final royalty is calculated. The document shows how tier rules are applied to the aggregated amounts and how the resulting royalty value is derived. If a minimum fee is configured, the system compares the calculated value with the contractual minimum and automatically applies the correct amount. The breakdown also explains how the final value is distributed between group members according to configured logic, for example based on revenue contribution or other allocation rules. This level of detail allows users to trace every component that contributes to the final invoice amount. The purpose of this document is full transparency, so both internal teams and customers can clearly understand how calculations were performed. So this concludes the end-to-end walkthrough. The main idea is that every value included in the invoice can be traced back to configuration and calculation logic, providing full transparency and control over the billing process. All these elements work together to ensure flexibility for different contract structures while keeping the process automated and auditable. Thank you for joining this walkthrough, and I hope this gave you a clear view of how the full billing lifecycle works inside the system.